What's good, Wagering World? It's your boy Five Star in Vegas, broadcasting live as always from beautiful Summerlin, Nevada. In here with my guy, the only Sacramento Kings fan I know, my co-host. What's up, Spread there?
Oh man, I'm just chilling, man. It's been a nice little come down right after all the craziness of the weekend, right? Back to just having games in the evening and not all day. A little disappointed with the results yesterday, but ready to get back on track today.
Yeah, yesterday was a little difficult. We both took an L yesterday. Let's get to yesterday's news and talk about that.
Yeah, I had the Detroit Pistons, and I thought, hey, Portland, right? They're tanking. They sat Josh Hart. I thought they had no interest in winning the game at all. But that's what happens when you take, a really bad team. And not only did they not cover, they just didn't show up at all. So maybe Jeremy Grant means more to that team than I realized. So definitely we'll go back to the drawing board. Only about 11 more games for me to wager on for the Pistons this year, but going to need to have to get that right going forward.
Yeah, that one was tough. I was all on them. I took them, and I actually gave my clients first half -6 like an idiot. I didn't know anyone hardly in Portland's lineup. Uh, um, I just don't understand what Detroit was on last night. They didn't even come to play. Um, Portland came out there basically with a G League squad and ran them the whole game. What was the final score?
I'm not sure. I think Pistons lost by about 8. I can't remember off the top of my head. It was like 120 something to 113 something, guessing. But the other thing that frustrated me is the way the NBA switched their lottery. Detroit had no incentive to lose that game
Hmm.
because the top three are pretty much even, and they're
Hmm.
pretty much guaranteed the top three, right? Like Houston's got 17, Orlando's got 18, Detroit's got 18, right? And then the next highest is OKC, and they're in the 20s, right? So it's like they had no incentive to lose that game. I was really disappointed, especially with the team that's moving forward and even had spoken about, hey, we're trying to get some momentum going into the offseason. So definitely a disappointing performance for Dwayne Casey and the Pistons.
Definitely. And I didn't do fare too much better. As I told you guys yesterday, I leaned toward the first half, the game and the money line. So hopefully you guys caught the first half. Uh, Florida Gulf Coast got jobbed, basically, at Coastal Carolina. They were winning the first half. They had control at the beginning of the second half. And then the ref started doing some things with the whistle that I didn't agree with. Michael Fly, the coach for Florida Gulf Coast, who we talked about yesterday, is fighting to keep this is going as long as he can. He's been with the program, as I told you, 7 years as an assistant, and now the coach for the last 4 years. So he's been with the program 11 years, and he's on his way out. He was a lame duck coach. They've already fired him and hired Chambers from Penn State. So he's fully emotional at this point, trying to keep his team going in this tournament so that his job and his time at Florida Gulf Coast can continue. I'm sure he has great memories there. And it all came to a head when the refs kept cheating, man. He got a tech. Um, they gave Coastal Carolina some free throws. After that, the game kind of just snowballed. They were up 4 at halftime. No, 6 at halftime, and ended up losing the second half by about 20. So it was not a good thing. It got a little home cooking for Coastal Carolina, but we move on. This is only our uh, sixth loss in the last 30 some odd games. I'll give you the exact stat on Twitter. I have it written down, but yeah, that one was a tough one, but we roll up our sleeves and we move on to today's ball and parlay. Let's get back on a winning track. It's rare that we both lose like that, so we definitely have to right the ship today. Who you taking on ball and parlay today?
Yeah, hey, but just like great athletes, right? Just like a closer, we got to put it right on our mind and move straight on. And I was kind of lamenting to you before we went on. A lot of the plays that I liked when I went to bed last night, those lines moved, man. So the market agreed with me. So I had to cross them off the list. The one that I'm talking about, and I'm not going to give it out, is the Bucks. I still kind of like it there, but the early number was wrong, and I would have loved to be able to give that to you guys. Not able to. This line moved as well, but I think we're better able to, I guess, absorb the line movement, so to speak, here. The Atlanta Hawks were -2 last night. They're out to -3. They're facing the New York Knicks, the team that they eliminated from the playoffs last season. And 5-star, they got a chance to do it again tonight. It's essentially right, but the Knicks are 4.5 games behind the Hawks for the play-in spot. You know, they lose this tonight, it's essentially over, right? So Trae Young ended their season last year in Madison Square Garden. I expect him to do it again tonight, man. Have you ever seen a guy? I mean, Steph Curry as well, right? But Trae Young just loved that stage there, right? Taking bows in the middle of Madison Square,
Yeah.
eating up all, you know, like a wrestling heel, right? Just eating up
Right.
all the booze and just
Right.
getting the crowd into a frenzy, just hating him, right? And I think he's going to do it again tonight. The New York Knicks pride themselves on defense, right? The problem is when Atlanta wants to, they play better defense than the Knicks do. Now, their defense is diminished a bit with John Collins out. Danilo Gallinari takes his spot. So that's a little bit of a drawback, but not enough, right? So hey, even if Julius Randle does well, you know, against Gallinari, because he's their weakest defender, I don't know if the Knicks have enough in reserve to keep pace with the Hawks. And then on the other end, they just have no one to stop Trae, right? It was evident last year, and they've done nothing really to change that this season. So I like the Atlanta Hawks -3 in New York, essentially ending the Knicks season.
So spreads going with the Hawks in Madison Square tonight. How long is John Collins out?
Man, he could be back anytime, man. I can double check, but it's been they've been kind of waiting for him to come back. It's not going to be too much longer. Look,
What is he dealing with exactly?
I'd have to pull it back up. It's a couple
Okay.
weeks. It's a back or a shoulder or something.
Okay.
He
So
should definitely be back for the playoffs.
got you. Nothing lower leg or anything like that.
Yeah, the one I use only gives you the guys that are recent. And you know what? Now that you have me pull that up, though, now I see why this line moved. Julius Randle, who I said was the one advantage the Knicks would have going against Danilo Gallinari, he just got ruled out too in the last 2 hours since I finished that little
He's
mock
not
up.
playing.
Yeah, he I just pulled it up right now to give you that John Collins information.
And the Hawks
Julius
are still
Randle is now out.
-1.
No, they're -3. They were -2 before.
Yeah, I know. And they
Man,
only
is he real so bad now that he's only worth 1 point?
that's what I was
Wow.
about to say. He's worth way more than 1 point for them. He's basically their offense with the
Yeah. They might be a little better. RJ Barrett's probably been the better offensive option this year, but the problem is they'll have no depth, and you allow a team like Atlanta, especially with wings like DeAndre Hunter and Kevin Huerter, who I know people will laugh, but he's not that bad defensively. You know, they're going to be able to give Barrett multiple looks, and without that safety valve, without that second option, I think it makes it worse for the Knicks.
Gibbs needs to get an offensive coordinator. He's one of those coaches.
He needs to just get.
Yeah,
I'm done with him.
he's like the NBA. He's like the NFL coach that's strictly knows one side of the ball, man. He definitely needs to be an offensive coordinator in there. That's why his most successful years was being an assistant head coach to Doc Rivers, where he was, you know, had as much say in the huddle as Doc Rivers. I'm sure Doc had the final word, but when they were the Celtics, he pretty much had the defense all to himself. And I remember Houston did that as well. In our years when we had had Harden and had what's the coach name? D'Antoni. They went with Beslett from Atlanta was the defense coordinator. And he did a great job. And we had Capella and CP3 all there. So he definitely needs to consider. I don't think World Wide Web is going to fire him this year. He's pretty close with Tibbs, so what I'm hearing. So I think he'll give him another run. They'll try to blame it on the excuse that they'll
I think that's a bad idea.
Well, the excuse they're going to use, they're going to say they were injured all year. They didn't have Rose. You know, they consider Derrick Rose as the main piece of the team. So
another problem.
like
I mean,
80
not like not like, you know, 26 of the 30 NBA teams haven't had a bunch of injuries this year, right? I mean, look at Atlanta. They probably got hit worse than the Knicks, and obviously they're down compared to last year, but at least they're still alive.
Yeah, they have a rock solid coach with Nate McMillan. The thing about Nate that worries me about anytime he has a team too long, he practices so hard, he stresses defense so hard, he stays on his guys so hard that it's good at the beginning to fire you up, but after a couple years, it kind of wears on guys. You know, he doesn't let up. He doesn't know how to loosen the straps a little bit. And Tibbs has done a better job at that. He's not as rigorous on his players as he was before. So we'll see how it goes with the Knicks and everything. But I do like the Hawks, especially with Julius Randle not playing. I'm gonna go with we're gonna cut this game in half and go first half. Virginia, they're at home tonight in the NIT facing St. Bonaventure. St. Bonaventure is a good team. I don't want this game to go the whole game because Virginia struggles a lot on offense. But what they don't struggle with is defending. They're 12th in the country at defending. As you know, that's their staple. That's what their coach is known for. And I think that St. Bonaventure will have a problem at the beginning of the game getting adjusted to the type of defense that Virginia plays. But after halftime, their coach Schmidt will have an adjustment and make this game very, very interesting. And it's too tough to call because you're dealing with two teams who don't uh, score the ball all that well, but they play great defense. Um, the thing that worries me about going full game, say Bonaventure actually has more guys who can put the ball in the basket with Attaway and Lofton, Welch. All those guys can shoot the three really well. But the thing that we're going to ride is this trend. St. Bonaventure has been a second half team mostly all season. And the last 6 games they've trailed at halftime. The last 6 games they played, they've trailed at halftime. So what they do, they start a little slow. They feel you out, and then they adjust in the second half, like they did against Oklahoma and Colorado, to pull out road upsets in the NIT. They're a hungry team, man. A lot of seniors. They were supposed to go to the tournament at the beginning of the year. I bet them real heavy in the Maui invitation. Reminded me a lot of the Dayton team that was very good before COVID suspended the season as a mid-major team that really could make some hay in the tournament. Unfortunately, they lost because their star point guard Lofton missed 2 free throws that could have won the game in the A10 finals against St. Louis. So that knocked him out in the A10 semifinals, excuse me, against St. Louis. He missed 2 free throws. I actually had on that game money line. That's why they didn't get to the tournament. But they're definitely a tournament worthy team. Virginia is Virginia. They're going to play their style that their coach implements, which is slow down the ball on offense, be real careful with the ball, don't turn the ball over, run plays, run the clock down and wear teams down, and concentrate on winning the game with defense. As I said, I don't trust them for the whole game, so I'm going to only go the first half with Virginia being at home, their rims, their court. I think they'll be able to muster up just a little bit more offense, and also that their defense will give the smaller guards for St. Bonaventure some worries at the beginning of the game. But I would not bet the whole game on this game. I would not be surprised at all if St. Bonaventure comes back late, covers the 3, and wins the game. So we're just going to roll with Virginia first half -1.5 and money line -140, strictly off the fade that St. Bonaventure has trailed their last 6 games this season. And most of the season, they've been a second half team. They paced the game at the beginning. As I said, Coach Schmidt um, feels you out and he adjusted halftime. So definitely let's go with Virginia first half -1.5 and money line -140. Since we took a L yesterday, I want to make sure you guys get a single game parlay on this one. And my guy spread is going with the Hawks -3. I suggest as soon as you guys catch this video that you go catch that, because with Rounded Out, I'm sure that the betting public is going to pound the Hawks now, and that line will probably go up. We got a lot of basketball coming up, man. Tomorrow we got full slate again, college basketball and NBA. We look forward to getting you guys some winners, and we look forward to Thursday doing the Sweet 16 kicks off. Anything for the people spread before we get out of here?
No, we just got to get 2 more winners, and then get on that winning momentum going into Thursday.
Let's go, man. All right, we're gonna get 2 more tonight, man. Let's get it. Well, 3, counting the money line and the 1.5. Let's put in the work. We put in the work. Now you guys let's reap the rewards tonight. You guys have the best of luck tonight with all of your wagers. And we'll see you guys Monday through Friday here on SCOON TV. You can check out my guy Spread Astaire at Spread Astaire on Twitter, and subscribe to his channel at Spread Astaire on YouTube. And please subscribe to my channel, 5 Star in Vegas Sports Investments on YouTube, And on Twitter, follow me at 5 Star in Vegas. Spell out the 5. We'll see you guys tomorrow.